goodness, it has been a hot minute. It has been, I'll probably have to look it up, put it on the screen. I know several of you have reached out to not only check on myself and the boys and Riley. I've been telling some of you for the last several weeks that like I'm working on this, and yeah, so we are finally ready to start filming and creating content regularly. Yeah. What you got there? Are you working on our eviction? This is how we get evicted, you know? Working on the eviction, apparently. Lotus, how have you been doing, huh? What's going on Lowland, huh? What's it been like? No, I think you're being a little pup and dramatic. Excuse you, mister. This is how we get evicted. Well, thank you for this time, Lo. You got something to say? Enzo? We may have to hear from Enzo in a little bit. Nobody's allowed to walk within 100 yards, right? Yeah, you tell them. All right, so obviously it's been a minute, and I'm sure you guys have lots of questions, and I'm going to try to answer as many of those as I can in this video. You know, this channel obviously revolves primarily around the pups. Aside from the year we were traveling a lot, that's mostly what the content's been, and that's mostly what it's always gonna be. That said, this video, you know, I want to kind of bring you all up to speed. So what I did was I posted the pups' Instagram and their TikTok, YouTube Community Center, and these are some of the top questions. I'm thinking about maybe even doing a live stream here shortly. It's been forever since we did one. If that's something you're interested in, comment below, let me know. If enough people are interested, I'm not opposed to doing it. You know, obviously the pups are going to be in this video with me, but it is primarily going to be kind of just me talking and kind of getting you guys up to speed on what's been happening and what to expect going forward. Good boys. Good boys. Yeah, you can just walk right up there. Low, all the way. All the way, low! Low! All right, wow. One of the first things you can probably notice is that this is not the pup truck, or technically pup truck 2. This is not our car. Actually, for the first time since I got my first car many years ago, like this is the first time I find myself where I don't actually own a car. If I'm being completely honest, it's kind of nice not to own a car. The reason we don't have the pup truck anymore, you know what? This is a little bit more nuanced and complicated than I think I'm prepared to have while I'm trying to drive. It's also way easier to film stuff like this because the camera just fit. I'm gonna be there in 2 seconds. Turn the car off. There, I was only gone a second. Used to be way easier to, you know, film stuff like that because it could just sit on the dash and it had a nice safe spot. And like this dash has no flat spots, first of all. And most of it, like the windshield is too far sloped back, which I've learned is pretty much a problem with every car. I was a little spoiled by the Tundra and the FJ. What car we buy to replace or, you know, eventually have a car again, I would love to get another FJ.
A few moments later.
Crap, Parky. You so psyched. It's a little bit busier today than I was expecting. I wanted to be able to show you guys like kind of how they get out of the Equinox. I mean, it's basically just the reverse. Cut into like another clip and show you that. We're done. Wait, one at a time. I'm glad some things never change, Bubba, huh? I don't know what I would do without. Oh my gosh, Bubba. This is not your chopstick. No. Okay. I am not even going to remotely try to tell you everything that's happened this year. Oh, I think he knows where he's at. Break! Good job! Who is that? Oh man, do you boys recognize where we're at yet? That's blood. Who's bleeding? Is it you? Walking around in a pup truck has officially broken down. Good boy. How you gonna get out of there?
Bye, Bubba. I'll see you next time. Bye, Lotus.
So I have some footage over the last year that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I may do nothing. I may throw it up on Patreon. I may throw it in some vlogs randomly here or there. I don't really know yet. Part of what tends to happen with me is I start to feel overwhelmed when there's like, oh my gosh, I have like all this footage or whatever, what am I gonna do with it? And I decided that, you know, I don't have to do anything with it. Like, I can just let it go.
Let it go.
Just move on with life. I think that's what I'm gonna do mostly, like I said. Maybe I'll throw it up on Patreon or something. Boys, you need brushing. Come here. Come here. Come here. Fine, I got your ball. Come here. Come here, you know you want it. Come here. Here, come get your ball. We'll come get it. We'll come get it. You can do it. Oh, Lo stole it. But like I said, I did want to hit on some of the highlights over this past year. So not only is the truck gone, but so is the Airstream. But this is the end. So I made a decision for some personal reasons that I don't really need to get into. Okay, well, let me take a step back. You were around pre-traveling days. You know that I didn't have like a corporate type job that I went to, but I still had a health insurance through Nisha. Once that ran out, I had to get a job. Fine in most cases, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted from insurance. And you had to work 40 hours, which I didn't want to do either. What I ended up doing was getting a lower paying job. All right, so as I'm editing this, I'm realizing that it's not maybe as clear as I wanted it to be. I'm gonna summarize this a little bit differently. I needed insurance, so I got a job that had insurance, but that job required full-time work. 40 hours a week was killing me. Anytime I had off was used to kind of like recuperate. You saw a steady decline over that time period of videos until I basically reached my breaking point and quit that job. But I also made that decision based on the fact that I found out I could get a job at another place, work only 20 hours and get insurance, and more importantly, better insurance. Not necessarily better, but better for me. That's what I did. The problem is that during that time that I was working those 40 hours, because it was so exhausting and I wasn't doing as much online content, whether with this channel or anything else, you know, that income kind of subsided. And it got to a point where I was really relying on that job for the bulk of my income, so that when I quit it, you know, I put myself in a position where I wasn't able to afford the truck and the Airstream anymore. And that was really sad. And honestly, I stayed at that job for a lot longer than I should have, because I kept trying to like build it back up, get to a point where I could leave and not have to get rid of that. And finally I just realized, like, you know what, it's just a car. Like, yeah, we had some phenomenal memories, and I felt really attached to both the truck and the Airstream. I never really liked trucks, and I still don't, but like, I spent so many hours in there, especially with the pups and Rally. And it really was like home away from home. Like, it was our home. And I mean, you know, if you watch the travel videos, untold hours in that truck. So, and then the Airstream, of course. So it was really sad to let those go. And it was a really hard decision to finally make. I loved traveling. will go down as one of the greatest memories of my life. And I am fully on board with doing it again, but I don't think I'm on board with doing it alone. Especially not alone with 2 giant shepherds and a very demanding Rally cat. I wouldn't do it again with Rally, period, for a multitude of reasons. Being that, one, like I said, she was the slowing force of that. Also, which I'll kind of get into more, but she's on a special diet now and eating regimen, so yeah, it just wouldn't work. That's where that's at. I really just needed some time. It started off as just like, oh, I'm gonna take a few weeks or a month. I knew I was going to California in July, and I was like, you know, at this point, I might as well just wait till I get back. I'm gonna be in a better place mentally. I am at a point where I'm looking for better jobs, but you know, without getting too derailed on this pup channel, I think we all know the world is burning. So personally, myself, like, I'm pretty good health, everything. I spent some time in California recently. It's actually the longest I've ever been away from them. I had that trip to New York a couple years ago where I was gone for them for a couple of days, but this was pretty significant. I was gone for them for a couple weeks. Did not like it, don't want to do it again. Otherwise, things are good for me personally. The boys are pretty good. Most of the stuff that I talked about in the previous, you know, videos about their food and their supplements and things like that, none of that's really changed. Lotus is still on Prozac, still doing amazing with that. Like, it was like raining the other night and he came out and peed, which is just phenomenal. The fact that he was willing to pee in the rain was just, I mean, that was unheard of a few years ago. Enzo is good. Enzo's weight is pretty steady. He could probably stand to lose a couple pounds, maybe like 3 to 5 max, which, to be honest, who of us couldn't? Lotus, I would actually be happy if he would gain 5 to 10 pounds, if I'm being completely honest. And then Rally's the biggest one, where I'm trying to get her weight up. She has the very early signs of kidney issues, so I've already got her on a special vet diet, and it's soft food, and she had to have some teeth removed. So it has been tricky because, like, she likes to eat a lot when you put it down, and then she'll throw up. So it's like I have to feed her very small increments and then feed her many, many times throughout the day. That can be a little demanding. Thankfully, like I said, I mostly still work from home. One of the benefits to staying here with family is that everybody's on board. Even like my sister, who doesn't live here, who comes by frequently, knows, like, oh, if Rally's there, like, go give her some food. Like, everybody knows to feed Rally. Wow, just from this little bit right now. Oh no, trying to get her weight up a little bit. That would be great. As far as the channel, this has always been a channel about the pups. And it's going to continue to be so. I've always thrown in personal life stuff. And then obviously when we were traveling, there was a lot of travel vlogs, because that was, you know, traveling with the pups. That is what it is. But I would like to get back to more of just like the pup stuff. I had a friend adopt a German Shepherd this year, and I've been helping them a lot, which has been really interesting for me.
Oh my goodness, Steve, you're ready to go on an adventure? You ready to go on an adventure? You so ready?
We estimate is about 1.5 years. They got them about 6 months ago, so we estimate they got them around a year-ish. So it's been kind of interesting. Like, a lot of the like puppy stuff kind of applies, but like they're bigger, so it makes it more of a challenge. And so it's been fun, and I kind of want to do some videos on that. I think it'll be really useful after getting to experience that kind of different dynamic. Really, what I want this channel to get back to is just being an advocacy for the well-being of pups, and German Shepherds specifically, but all pups. I know this, like I said, this video has just been kind of like a welcome. Here we are, welcome back. I think what I learned is that, you know, traveling was great. As many of you are aware, I went through a lot leading up to travel with the divorce and everything. I think what I found is that I finally just needed to give myself some time. Really just let myself try to relax. Making videos wasn't fun anymore. It was, I mean, I always took it serious, but you know, you can have something that's serious and takes up a lot of time and energy, but it's still fun. But it was serious, it was taking up a lot of time and energy, and it wasn't fun. So that's when it became a problem. It's starting to rain again. So I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But if you know any remote jobs, send them my way. I do a lot of social media stuff. That's where my other work is. I work with some other, I do like email management, Salesforce management, things like that. But yeah, I hope you all are doing well. I know some of you have continued to keep in touch. I hope to be able to educate a bunch of new people. For those of you who haven't kept in touch, I hope you see this and I hope you reach back out and update me on your pups. It is as it always has been, in that I love you all, and we will see you on the next video. Later. Enzo, heel. Sit. We're back! Oh, got a little stick.